Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Polo Time with Polos. I'm your host, Polos. And today is, let's see, it's July 6th. Oh, 2 days after the 4th of July, thank goodness. I don't know if y'all had a good one, but for me, I have like a hearing sensitivity, and especially with like loud, sudden, random loud noises, it's really bad. So I was just shut in the whole day, so that was fun. Um, but besides that, oh, this so I guess I don't know. The week's been, I guess also since this is like technically like the first video in the series besides the other one I made, which is kind of like the the like preface to this, but this is Polo Talk with Polos, and I'll just be sharing like my week and how everything's going and vlog style and all that kind of stuff. Very similar to like Dodger or Dexterity Bonuses coffee time videos back in the day. Um, but yeah, I did manage to get that video out. I think it was either Sunday or Monday. The one that was like, "Where have I been?" Which is kind of, I needed to do that video in order to do this video or these videos going forward. So it was nice that I got that done. It was the way that the motivation came for that too was super weird. Um, because basically, like, I'd already made the script for it and everything like weeks ago, but I hadn't actually had the motivation to make it. But then the other day, I was feeling super sleepy because I had like a lot of carbs and I was just like so out of it. And for some reason, feeling really sleepy about it, about things, and just in general made me motivated to make the video, which I think has some correlation between like I was feeling really chill and sleepy, and the video was more of like a chill sleepy kind of atmosphere. So I think for somehow that kind of came together, and I had my motivation, which is really good because I've been wanting to do this for a while, this kind of vlog style. Um, but honestly, outside of that, the week was pretty meh. I kind of like I have been struggling to find like a game to keep me occupied. Like I played WoW. I got back into WoW for a bit. That lasted about a month or two, and then I kind of finished all the content and was like, this is boring. Kind of just I was waiting for Dragonflight, and I was really excited about it. But then hearing that it's coming out this year kind of put me off of it. So I don't think I'll be playing that on release for sure. I will not be. Maybe eventually once I actually see if it's any good. Um, it's kind of just like I'm just waiting for games to come out. Like I'm waiting for FF14's Island Sanctuary update, which I believe is coming next month in August, and I'm really interested to see how that all works and see if that's something that I'll be interested in doing. Um, Especially, I need to see if you need to complete the main story to do it first. Like, do you have to complete the main story to access the island sanctuaries, or will you just have access to it? Because I hate the main story. It's so long. So we'll see with that. But yeah, it's just a lot of like, I was playing Borderlands 2 a bit. I finished that though. But now we're Gabs and I are gonna go on to, well, we have some DLCs to finish up, but then we'll go on to the pre-sequel, and then we don't have Borderlands 3, and I really don't have plans to purchase it until like it has a cheaper Game of the Year kind of edition to it. Um, I would get Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but it's like freaking $60, and even with like the sale, which is like $48, it's just from what I've seen of it and the gameplay, and the end game really isn't there. So I haven't. I'm kind of again just waiting for that to eventually lower in price and go on sale with like a Game of the Year or something. Um, but yeah, motivation for the week was pretty meh. But then yesterday, I got back into Smite, which like what the week prior, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. There was the OTK Smite tournament, and the only reason I was interested in it is because Lawman was on a team, and I really enjoy Lawman. I think he's a really chill dude, and so I watched him and his team, and oh man, it got me. It was so I cried. Oh, tears were shed. It was such an amazing time, and I figured I'll give Smite a try again. I've got my issues with it, but I'm desperate at this point. So I've been playing that, been learning jungle a bit, been playing my girl Nuwa because she's the best. Um, but yeah, and of course I had therapy today, which was more of the same. It's basically like we come up with a list of things I want to do in the week before the next therapy, which is a weekly thing. So it's like, what can I get done this week? What do I want to get done this week? And got a fair bit done. One of the things I struggle with though is like going on like a walk, and it's just so hard to motivate me for that. So I didn't get that done. Um, but I got a lot done, and next week there's a lot more stuff I need to do too, or this coming week. I mean, it's nothing's that terrible, It's just though, it's just finding the motivation for it all is really difficult. Um, but next week I also have a family thing. It's so my sister and my mom's birthdays are like really close, so we just celebrated all on the same day, and so we're gonna be doing stuff next week, and so I have that to look forward to. Because I like going out and eating and being with the fam. That's all fine. Doesn't mean I'll have to like actually take a shower and wash my hair and shave and all of that stuff. So, but I mean it's good. I need to do it, and it's good to have that motivation to do it. And then once I've done that and like I am presentable, then I need to go get some labs done as well for my primary because, well, we need to check labs anyway. But I also want to seek a referral from her for like someone who can, like a diagnostician or psychological testing, that kind of thing. And so I needed that from my primary, and if I'm gonna make an appointment with her again, I might as well like actually have the labs done. So need to make that appointment this week and get that done next week. And then Gabs is moving up, hopefully end of the month, maybe a couple weeks from now. So need to start getting like the house in order. I always call it a house. It's an apartment, but house, home, they all mean the same thing to me. It's a place that I live. I need to get all that in order. Start taking trash out, cleaning, deep cleaning some stuff. And a funny thing I wanted to mention too. So one of the things I need at the store this week is razors, right? And I go to Target and I use Target to shop, and I put razors in the cart, and it's like protect your purchase. It's like an Allstate protection plan. It's a 2-year electronics protection plan, and it's like freaking $3. It says only $1.50 a year, and it's like parts and labor are covered 100% with no deductibles, free two-way shipping, and 24/7 customer support for 10 disposable razors. By the way, like this is the most random thing like I understand if you're like on Newegg or something and it's like, hey, you want to purchase a warranty for that, like I understand them, like I understand that being that, but this is a 2-year electronics plan for razors. So somebody at Target messed up, which I don't know. I feel like Target's been going downhill lately in terms of their online stuff. First it was Walmart went downhill, and then now Target's going down. It's like since COVID's over, in quotations, right? Um, it's like everything just kind of reverting back to how it was, which is really frustrating. But I just thought I'd bring that up because I thought that was so funny. Like, would you like to insure your disposable razors on this 2-year electronics protection plan? Like, oh man. And I don't know if that like scales to the purchase price. Like if I buy some shaving gel that's more expensive, will it cost me more? Will I end up having like all these protection plans for like freaking I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. Really random, really weird. Um but yeah, what else is going on? I watched a really interesting video last week about like education, and actually it was so interesting. Um I actually bought the bought the book that the content creator was talking that was using the info from, by like I think the book's by Alfie Kohn, Kohn, basically on like motivation and grading and all of that. And I thought that the video was very interesting and in depth, and um, I'm really excited to read the book. It kind of backed up a lot of the stuff that I've been thinking and feeling, and talking about like extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation. And it was interesting because it's like kind of, if you here, I'll just I'll link it down below too because it's really interesting. Actually, let me just pull it up here too on the YouTube so I can just say it, and then I'll also have it linked below because I thought it was super interesting. I tried to sum it up to my therapist and I did terribly, but it's like this 48-minute video, 52-minute. It's called "Grading is a Scam, and Motivation is a Myth. A Professor Explains." It's about by Zoe B on YouTube, and it was again, it was very like reinforcing of kind of the ideas that I've had for a while now, and about motivation and our school system and how all of that works. And then so one of the books that Zoe goes off of, I think I've actually, no, it shipped yesterday, so I'm very much so looking forward to reading that. But yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because if you take this whole extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation, and you say that, well, ideally we'd have a lot more intrinsic motivation. To me, like, now we're talking utopia. Like I always reference like Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you do things in order to further the humanity. And there's things don't cost money, and it's just like you're doing stuff because you're motivated to and you want to, and it's helping society, it's helping humanity as a whole. And I think, like, that's, I think it's so much closer than we think in terms of like the ability to do it. Whether or not we'll ever get to that point, I don't think so. But I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really neat. If that sounds at all interesting to you, motivation and kind of motivation from within, being intrinsic motivation, or motivation from outside sources, like you get a star if you do this, or you get a grade or whatever. If any of that sounds interesting, and education and psychology sounds interesting, I definitely recommend giving it a watch. But yeah, that was really cool. Besides that though, I don't want these to go on too long. So yeah, that was pretty much my week. Pretty meh, but kind of picked up at the end, and hopefully this next week will be better. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I don't know that I'll have another video up before next Wednesday. Again, kind of depends on what's going on. I debated making, like, I didn't even debate, but as many of you know, Technoblade passed, and I didn't ever really watch his videos. I'm not a Minecraft person, but I mean, it sucks, right? And that video that his dad put out was super hard, and I think especially too, since there was just the piece at the end, like, that his mom had written, goes to show that she couldn't even appear on camera to talk about it, right? Because she was so broken up about it. Well, there's, basically, there's been a lot of people trying to take advantage of it, and, clickbaiting and rage baiting and NFT stuff. I think that's all ridiculous. But I think other YouTubers have already talked about it, like Moist Critical has talked about it, and I don't really feel like I don't feel like I'd be able to say much more than anyone else has said about how scummy all of that is. But yeah. So I don't think there's going to be another video, like a critique or review or anything like that, unless something pops up. Maybe something crazy happens. Who knows? But that's it for me for now. So otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode. I hope you have a lovely week. I hope you have some cool stuff planned, or if you're just vibing and getting through, then I hope you have some good vibes, and I'll see you then. Bye.